Good afternoon to everybody, and thanks a lot to Meta for providing us this opportunity. Research and Development Foundation is going to present that our rapid and reviewability analysis and farmers' perspective in the area, in the Sindh province. Our presentation will contain 6 points. We will give you some historical background and general behavior of current invasion of the locust in Sindh. Sindh is province of Pakistan where RDF is working, and how many agro zones are there which are under attack by the locust. Crop damages assessment in the Sindh province, and what is the government or farmer and NGO response, and what could be the way forward. RDF is in fact a research-based development organization which is working in Sindh since 2002. And our areas of activities are livelihood support, agriculture development, education and learning, women empowerment, and the disaster risk reduction. We are active in Sindh province from 2002, and also in flood 2010. RDF has actively worked to respond to disasters. So disasters are our agenda, and locust is also one of the disaster. Locust in Sindh has been seen since many long period, and Sindh province which consists of multicultural people and multicultural nations, and we have population of 47.9 million people. Sindh province has predominantly agro-based and economy with support economy of livestock and also fishery sector. But 70% population of Sindh depends on the agriculture. Locust has been seen in Sindh and in Pakistan if we go back in 60s and 50s as well, and that was invaded or came from India, Rajasthan sector, Rajasthan province. Also in 1993 and 97, locusts were seen in Sindh and in Pakistan. But that locust was not desert locust, but it was large in size as per the local indigenous people described the history. That was not, did not breed in the Sindh, but they breed in other countries like Iran or India, and they came to Sindh in 60s and 50s. Now the current, what we have observed from the behavior of the current locust attack on Sindh, it is in fact a transitory phase. It came and go away with the wind and with the sparse natural indigenous way, and it came from most of the western part of the Sindh. It entered from the western part of the Sindh and go into the eastern part of the Sindh. It did not cause too much widespread damage as per NGO sector or government sector assessment. Has not created a disaster, but wherever it landed, it has wiped out the whole crop and all kind of fertile greenery which came in on its way. It has attacked Sindh in the pockets, like in some districts it attacks more in Khairpur and Tharparkar, while on way it's also attacked in Dadu, which is in pockets. General perception, what we have seen, that general perception of the people or the stakeholder is that desert locust will not sustain or will not live in our extreme hot season in Sindh, because Sindh has at average in June and July 48 centigrade average. But it has been proved wrong that because locust continues to attack and has damaged our agriculture in our agro zones of Sindh during this hot summer season of June and July and August. Sindh can be distributed or bifurcated into 3 main agriculture zones. We have in upper, we have an Indus River passing through the central area of the province, and it has right bank and left bank. Both banks are the agriculture zones also. So we have rice wheat zone on the right bank of the river Indus, whereas cotton and wheat zone on the left bank of the river Indus, and the lower side of the Sindh, which has major crop are rice, wheat, and sugar cane. So all 3 zones are attacked by the locust in this current situation. With regard to topographic situation, Sindh has all three topographic areas: mountainous area, and the mountainous area has a spade irrigation system; desert area on the eastern part, which is border with India and Rajasthan sector, and we have riverine plain area, and also we have a coastline on the south of the province. All these almost zones has witnessed or observed the locust attack in this 2019 and 22 year, but intensity of the damage has been different in the different areas. There is no proper assessment by agro zones or by the topographic area by NGO sector or the government sector, but general perception from the media or the general observation from the people is that the damage is less in the area where crop has been harvested or hoopers were on their way to other areas. The time of the attack is crucial because if the crop is harvested and the locust is there, it could not damage the crop. So crop damage in Sindh during this 2019 and 22, according to the FAO and government figures, approximately 25% loss to the crops, trees and orchards and other greenery in Sindh. And there are typical crops which are millet and moot, beans, chilies and different kinds of vegetables. Also fodder grasses which are jantar, sesabina and other trees, cotton, sorghum and other crops are damaged. RDF has conducted an assessment, a rapid inquiry in the 11 districts of the Sindh. Sindh has 22 districts total. And from the 74 villages, it is reported that their crops have been damaged or eaten away by the locust. Trees, orchard and fodder grasses has been damaged or eaten away. Vegetable are also damaged or eaten away by the locust. According to one of the statement by our provincial agriculture minister, Ismail Rao said the locusts and their eggs have now covered 50,000 square kilometers of agriculture land, and provincial government is expecting them to invest more than 5 million hectares. Whereas according to the FAO report, one of the report which is on national level, that Pakistan estimates to reach 205 billion Pak rupees damage if that continues in next season. That is according to the FAO current surveillance and damage report made public by the FAO and government of Pakistan. Now I'm moving forward to what government and farmer and NGO response so far is. The data says that Pakistan has 412,000 more than hectares which are under agriculture, and out of which only 62,818 acres, which is around hardly 15% were spread in Sindh province, having only 22 districts are covered out of 29. The local farmers are also doing something, and they are taking actions to see the attack on their field. But it is only simple, their indigenous method of noise making, like beating the tin boxes, pans, pots, using pen clapping, shouting, honking, etc., or using the vehicle horns to drive out the locust. And it is a very laborious job or cumbersome job for them. Whereas landlord or the big landowners have also used their machinery like tractors, and using their own resources, they conducted sprayed against the locust in their farm areas. The civil society or NGO sector could only has raised the issue in the media and using different forums like government clusters for the disaster purpose, and also has disseminated some literature among the farmers and the affected communities. RDF, as I have already said, has conducted rapid assessment in 11 districts, and that report is made public through the website and etc. And we have also coordinated with the government authorities, particularly at regional level, like district government Dadu and district government Tharparkar, to know about the situation and what could be the collaboration, possible collaboration of NGOs with government in the particularly more affected district, which is Dadu and Tharparkar and Umarkot, and the desert one also is Sangar. We have a partnership with Meta in one of our district Dadu, where it is a mountainous area and has a spade irrigation project. The situation of that project area is like this. According to the people from that area, which is generally we call it in Kacho area. It is a mountainous area with on the border of Sindh and Balochistan province. That 6 times they have seen locust during last season from June 2019 to July 2020. And according to the local agriculture extension department of Dadu district, particularly in the Kacho area, only 1% loss of grass and vegetable has been assessed by them or estimated by them. But it is not a true picture if farmers, because the farmers said it is their crop has been lost from 5 to 8%. In that area, the locust when came, the crop was already harvested, so the loss is very low or having no high intensity. NGO sector and government department has disseminated material to the communities, which is information, education and communication, that how they can be prepared and take actions like making indigenous joys or spray. And RDF also has use WhatsApp and SMS alerts to know the local communities, how can they respond to the and whom they can contact in case of locust attack. And we have observed, our project teams have observed that communities are only using noise making measures to succeed to get rid of the locust during that attack, but it is in a very small scale. During our survey, one of the farmers said if large locust influenza attack again, our crop may not survive. That means 100% loss would have been foreseen by the farmers. What could be the way forward according to the farming communities? In fact, it is a major threat of food security as per farmers, and farmers has asked to have aerial survey and to be effective solution to avoid these impeding threats, and majority of the farmers are unsatisfied with the government measures as the coverage is very low on the scale and very low area is covered by the spray. Government has used vehicles to spray, and in some cases use aircraft, small aircraft to spray, but the agriculture community is not much satisfied from that efforts. And the farmer indigenous mechanism is already in place. They are using it to reduce its impact. And the agriculture since 1920. Again, the COVID-19 situation has already affected the agriculture economy, overall economy and agriculture economy. So it has contributed again with the food security. So they are looking forward to international donor communities for more support or for more attention to this locust disaster. And as per expert, for years the successive attacks of flocks throughout 20 maybe can. The situation has again coordination is required, and more application or best practices from the countries like India and African, that what they have done, and that coordination and collaboration may require in the training of the stakeholders in joining hands by the different stakeholders at provincial, local or national level, and to give the relief to the farmer, particularly of the stress environment like the spade irrigation system. So this is in fact a superficial, or you can say the grassroots level perception of the farmer. How can we move forward at local and provincial level? Thank you very much, and this was all from our side. But I will have request my colleagues that currently in the last week in the state irrigation system we have faced the heavy rains. The heavy rain situation has been changed the overall situation. So Gulshare will add up on this.
Thank you, Aftab Saab. Since last week, we have faced a lot of heavy rains in project area and most of Sindh province. But on August 8, 2020, from Naingaj, which comes from Balochistan and takes water from even Iran, came 25 feet high and is flood from the Naingaj, flash flood. It cannot give time for evacuation. It came sudden and very powerful water. So a lot of damage has been caused in state irrigation project area, and out of 200 villages, main village, 100 village, almost half of the area has been affected, and livestock and other damage has been caused. All the roads, main roads, all the main roads has also been damaged. And about locust, here people use these methods, but they were not so useful. Only powerful or all-encompassing method which is suggested by government departments and farmers is aerial spray. So we can wait for that. But in this situation, COVID-19 situation, then locust situation, and now flood situation. These three have impacted the project area very badly, and after this, if locust attack is coming, that will be fatal for the economy, because farmers are struggling to come out from COVID and now about this flood situation.
The point or the question in the end, we go on the forum that in Pakistan generally and particularly in Sindh province, after having this COVID and locust attack, there is again monsoon floods which are again a disaster. So I don't know, we don't know RDF from RDF that what the government or the other stakeholder will give priority to locust at which number, because COVID is disaster and monsoon season floods has been second disaster, and I might think it will be a third priority by the government and the stakeholders like UN bodies and the donors, international donors working in the Pakistan. Thank you very much. This is all from our side.